Hello and welcome to Wednesday afternoon. I was going to film, I am going to film a normal 2-day in the life vlog. So that's the plan and that's what I'm going to do. I haven't done just an ordinary normal vlog where I'm not gallivanting off to Scotland or picking up new chickens in a while, and I've been really looking forward to just doing a bit of ordinary life stuff. I hope it doesn't seem too boring after all the excitement of the last few weeks. And then two things happened. One, my tripod broke, so you might feel that you're maybe slightly wonky as though you're on a boat. So I'm going to have to investigate getting a new tripod. And my husband Dan tested positive for COVID. So he tested positive about 5 days ago now. I think it was, he tested positive on Saturday. He did a lateral flow test because he had a bit of a sinusy cold, and he literally just did a test just in case. And it came back positive, so he did another one and that came back positive. So he went and had a PCR test. If you can hear that beeping, that's my phone in the background. And that came back positive the very next day. The rest of us are all testing negative, and we've all done PCR tests that have also come back negative as well, but I'm going to turn my phone off. Shut that up. So we are testing every day and we're still coming back negative. And the rules in the UK are, I know it's different everywhere, but as of I think it was the 16th of August, in the UK, if you live with someone who has tested positive for COVID, you do not need to isolate. They do. So Dan is currently isolating. Well, it's very difficult. He's isolating, but we've got 2 rooms downstairs in our house. There's only so much he can do, but he's staying away from us. He's now testing negative on the lateral flow tests, but he's staying away from us. He's in the living room watching films. He's not been feeling great. He's been a bit tired and a bit achy, and he's just got a really bad cold as well. So he's been having a couple of days off work and just resting and staying away from us. So you're not going to see him in this vlog. I very much doubt you'll see him. But he has to isolate until the end of Sunday, and the rest of us don't. The girls still have to go to school. I can still go to work, but obviously I can't, because on the days I work, Dan does the school run and he's not allowed to leave the house. So I am working from home today, which is why I'm at home on a Wednesday. This feels like a very long ramble to explain something very simple. So that's what's going on in our lives at the moment. So I'm going to go and crack on with a bit more work. I was just filming the produce that we've got we're very lucky to have in the kitchen. So we've got our 2 eggs. We've got 2 of our chickens are now laying. Hay's been laying for a good week, and Cloud started laying about 3 days ago. And they're both doing brilliantly. Our biggest chicken and fluffiest chicken is Peggy Sue, and she has not started laying yet. I can see all 3 of them have just discovered the little flower bed that's just outside the back door, where there's a load of pots, and they are going absolutely bananas. They've obviously found some delicious bugs. It rained a lot yesterday. They're so funny to watch. So yes, we got some eggs. And I've also got some green tomatoes from the garden, but that's about the extent of it. We didn't have very much success with our tomatoes this year because we just didn't have the sunshine. We've got some hot chilies that my mum's friend grew in her greenhouse. The same friend gave us a massive cucumber that she grew, and you would have seen a very odd looking vegetable. It's a courgette. It's a special kind of courgette. They're supposed to look like this, and you cut off this end here, and then the rest of it is just, well, apparently just tastes like a normal courgette. And courgette is literally my favourite vegetable in the world. So we're going to have some of this tonight with our salmon. So it'll be really nice to try this. I'm sure it will be delicious, but it looks really funny. It looks like the moon. or an accessory, or a sort of very sort of high fashion necklace or something. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to go and crack on with a bit of work, get stuck into that, and I'll take you along with me for the next couple of days. Did you have a good day?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's good.
Chicken's sick.
If you look at the lines, it's guys.
Yeah, you're going to need to come back out to be able to get it in and in front of
Actually, no, I'm alright. I'm in now. Can you just yank this out though?
Gonna get a snack.
you. Phoebe, whatever you do, don't shut Mummy in the coop.
No, don't. I'm a bit worried that this won't stay. Okay, we're back from the school run now. I've been doing a bit more work. It's coming up for about 4:30. Phoebe's just in the garden with the chickens, and Dan, I don't know what he's doing. He's obviously feeling better because he's hammering something. I'm just going to start thinking about doing dinner for the girls because, hang on, let me put this down because it's, yeah, hang on. That's better, less wibbly wobbly. So tonight is Wednesday night. Phoebe's got trampolining at 6:30 on one side of town, and Lilia has got a flute on the other side of town at 6:30 as well. So that's not normally a problem when there's two of us, but we're a man down. So I'm going to drop Phoebe early, half an hour early at 6 o'clock. There's another class before hers and she's allowed to come early if she wants. So I'm going to do that. So everyone's going to eat early tonight. Well, the girls are going to eat early. Dan and I will eat a bit later. So I'm going to start getting some preparation done for dinner. And then when I take Lilia to her flute lesson, I'm going to have a walk, I think. It's something I did a lot in the spring before they broke up for the summer holidays. Was her lesson's only half an hour. There's absolutely no point in me coming home for that half an hour. So I walked for half an hour just to get some exercise. So I think that's what I'm going to do today because this will probably be the last time I can do that and it still be light enough for me to do it. So I'll show you what that looks like. And oh, we picked up some sticks on the way home as well. We spotted a few really good ones. Two. One right outside Phoebe's school and one in the woods. So we brought them home and we've set them all up in the chickens' run in the hope that they'll have a little bit more of an interesting time perching on them. I need to do a bit of a better job of it, but I'm hoping it will just provide a bit of interest, keep them entertained. But right now I'm going to go and crack on with getting dinner ready and keep drinking some water and hydrate. And yeah, oh, I wanted to show you something that I made as well. Here's a crochet rose. A friend of mine is getting married, so she might even be watching, I don't know. And this, I put the link to the tutorial I used underneath. It was a YouTube tutorial. I'm really pleased with it. I've never made anything like this before. And it's made with floristry wire to keep it all like that. I'm going to get a bit of glue on the, whatever this bit's called underneath, so it sits a bit nicer. I was quite pleased with this little rose. Right, enough farting about with crochet roses, time to cook dinner. Can't really see this, but I've got my walking top on and walking stuff on. My friend Hannah, who had this is a long story. I was going to buy a clock and I wanted to see if it was going to be the right size, so I stuck a bit of paper up there, and I've never taken it down. It's not the right size, and neither is that bit of paper, but for some reason it's still there. My friend Hannah, who lives in Finland and has a podcast called Hannah from Sheep's Alley, shared a recipe for ginger shot, which is supposed to be very good for your health and immunity. So I'm about to take my daily ginger shot. I made some the other day. You basically boil up about 300 grams of grated ginger in a litre of water for about 20 minutes, add some honey and lemon, let it cool down, and she says it's not disgusting.
Oh, yeah, right.
Not disgusting. Bye, Lilia.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your flute.
I will.
This is a simple walk that I do when Lilia's at her flute lesson. It's mainly on residential streets, and there is a couple of roads that we're just going to go along now, which are a little bit more remote. I just said that and there's someone getting out their car. Hopefully they won't notice I'm walking along the road talking to myself. But this walk in the spring, particularly sort of mid to late spring and the early summer, meant a lot to me, and it was a very important thing for me to do for my mental health. I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. In the summer, there's two robins just there, two little baby robins. They've just flown into the bush. And I struggle with the summer months and the lighter evenings and the heat, the noise, the expectations of summer. And I started to walk this walk every Wednesday when I dropped Lilia off. It was after work. I started to look forward to this little half an hour, burn some calories, and I made a little pact with myself to pay attention to the nature that was going on around me. I'm just going to stop so that hopefully there's not too much wind noise. So I watched not the hedgerows, but the verges around the sides of the pavements change from spring into summer. And I started to learn the names of some of the things I was seeing, the types of nettles. And the first thing I learned was garlic mustard. I don't think I'll ever forget that now, how to identify it. I want to draw it, that will cement it in my mind. And these little walks and taking in the nature and being mindful about it really, really helped me. And I did it all listening to Back to Nature on Audible by Chris Packham and his stepdaughter Megan something, I can't remember her name. I'll put it on the screen for you. I love listening to that audiobook. He's so knowledgeable, and he kept me company on these walks as I went along. So I'm definitely going to do that again next year. I won't be able to do it in the dark. There's not much street lighting around here. I'm not sure I'd want to walk along this road in the dark on my own. Look at the size of these houses. Quite like to live there. They've got wonderful front gardens. So I'm going to film a little bit of what I'm seeing as I walk, so I can show you. And I hope that this has come out so that you can hear me. don't need my seatbelt just yet. It's coming up for dusk now. It always looks lighter on the camera than it really is, but it's about 7 o'clock. It's not quite dusk, but the sun is down for sure. It was quite sunny when I left half an hour ago. Hello. Oh, I've switched my thing off. 2 kilometres, quite a short walk. Usually I would have done twice that in this time, because I would have just put my earphones in and walked it twice. But because I was talking and filming as I went, it was a bit slower, and it was just lovely to see that walk in the autumn, because the last time it was July. So it was amazing to see how it's all changed, and for the first time ever I almost feel excited about the prospect of next spring, although I'm so excited for autumn because it's my absolute favourite season and I love winter. For the first time, I think, probably since ever that I can recall, I can feel myself feeling an excitement for spring, because I have cultivated this more of an understanding about the nature that's around me. And if you maybe suffer the other way, I think that's more normal, where you struggle more with the darker months. Maybe that's a way to have a go. There's not as much going, well, it seems as though there's not as much going on in nature at this time of year, but everything's bedding down and building strength and getting ready. And the snowdrops will arrive in January. Everything's sort of getting ready in this season. So that kind of understanding of the nature that was going on around me really helped me. So I'll try to share as much of the nature that I'm seeing in autumn with you. I'm going to be doing Vlogtober, so it'll be a good thing to do in Vlogtober. Lilia's just coming back. You can just see her. Hello. How was it?
It was very good, very good, very good.
Oh, hello. Really think before hitting record. I'm home from the shops and I have a mouthful of one of these because I'm hungry. But now that I've had that, sorry about all the twisting and turning and putting the shopping away. Now I need a cup of tea. Got myself some of my favourite biscuits, classic caramels. I love these. I have one every night with my hot milk before I go to bed. Yum!
You said let's jump on the bus and take a ride downtown. Well, I don't know about that, but can you help me first to get these boxes down? Well, I don't know about that. We have the whole day now just to ourselves, so we can clean the house or clear out some shelves. You said whichever you feel like doing first. I said, well, I don't know about that, 'cause it's my
Oh, clouds are very quick. I haven't even got the door open. I've just been doing a bit of shop admin, well, not admin. I've been putting some badges onto backings, and I've been cutting out the little stickers that I put in with each of my orders. I'm still cutting them out. Dan is feeling loads better. We've let the chickens out into the garden and he's just sitting out there with them. They can't, I mean, we let them roam around without us being in the garden, but I do like to be within within view of them, basically. I like to be able to see they're okay. Nothing's going to disturb them. Next door's cat has shown a small interest and I think has assessed that they are about the same size as her and a lot more flappy and beaky, and therefore tends to avoid them. I think she's just a bit jealous of them, to be honest. She sees this as her garden. I find owning a pet a very worryful. My battery just ran out, so I've got no idea at what point it actually ran out. There's a chicken at the back door. It was definitely Peggy Sue that laid an egg this morning, because we've got 3 eggs today, and Peggy Sue's are definitely speckled. So this is a hay egg. This is a cloud egg. You can see they're slightly different. Clouds are slightly darker and slightly bigger. And then, probably best not to try and hold all 3 eggs. That's going to end in disaster. This is Peggy Sue's very first egg, and if you can see, it's all speckled. And just for comparison, there's Cloud's larger eggs. You can see Peggy's is quite a bit smaller. This is her very first one. That's Dan just coming in from the garden. The infectious one. Actually, he's been testing negative the past couple of days on the lateral flow tests. All the chickens are on the sofa outside the back door. So stupid. I'm just continuing with my cutting of stickers. Then I'm going to have a bit of lunch. I have been posting a video on this channel every Monday, but I'm actually, and so this one will go up on Monday the 20th. And then I'm going to take a little break for a week because I'm going to do Vlogtober. So that'll be daily vlogs basically every day in October. So watch out for those. But I'm going to give myself a bit of a breathing space between this video and doing Vlogtober. So I hope you'll come along and join me for that. If you've never watched a daily vlog series, you never know what's going to happen. They're shorter videos, sort of 5 to 10, sometimes 15 minutes if I ramble on like today, every single day of October. We'll be sharing with you all the Halloweeny stuff we're doing, all of the autumnal stuff. There's a half term for the schools in October, so we tend to try and get out to some local castles and do some stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. Go and say hello to the daft chickens outside. I'll catch up with you a bit later. It's all gone a bit wrong. Just after I spoke to you, my mobile went and it was the school and they said, Phoebe's got a headache. Can you come and get her? She might have COVID. I said, I don't think a headache's a symptom. So I've got to go and get her another PCR test. This is too low down, isn't it? So I did point out that she literally just had a PCR test, which was negative, and has taken a lateral flow test every day, which have been negative. And given that she has no symptoms, she's not really allowed to get another PCR test. So anyway, I've managed to get around it and I've booked her in about half an hour to go to the walk-in centre to get another PCR test 2 days after the one she just had. It's better safe than sorry, I know, but she has just got a headache. She's eating her lunch on the sofa. I've just given her some cow pulp. So I'm going to grab some lunch quickly and then we're going to dash off to get a test. I'll let you know what happens.
I don't know about that. 'Cause it's my lazy day, just wanna lazy away. Ain't gonna do a thing for the rest of the day. You can try to seduce me, make me wanna play. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Thought I'd film in the kitchen from a different angle, and now I remember why I filmed from that angle, because the light comes in from the window. So now I look really dark on one side and my eyes look like they're just dark hollow sockets. Think of it as preparation for Halloween. I'm just getting dinner ready, or I'm about to start getting dinner ready. We are having jerk corn tonight. I'll put the recipe underneath. It's a corn, it's on the corn website, and it's a kind of very, very simple cheaty jerk chicken basically, but no chicken with corn. So I'm about to make a start on that so we can start eating dinner in about an hour. The chickens are having a lovely time. They've discovered, at the bottom of the garden we've got a pretty little patch of wilderness, as they say in Pride and Prejudice, except it's not pretty, and by wilderness I just mean weeds basically. Anyway, they're having a grand time down there. Dan's gone to sit and watch them because that's something we do now. We watch chickens. I'm not going to film the cooking process because it's been quite a day, as you can imagine. We've been for our PCR. I can't remember what I filmed. I'm pretty sure I've told you. We've been for our tests. Spent the afternoon doing a bit of knitting on the sofa with Phoebe and just looking after her. Her headache's feeling a lot better now. They're still just, we're just having a completely lazy afternoon. I'm not going to make them do anything. Lilia came home, she's already done homework at the after school homework club, and we're just going to chill out, have some dinner and not put any expectations on anybody tonight, and fingers crossed for negative PCR tests tomorrow. So I think I'm going to end this vlog here. I feel like I haven't said anything of interest or anything useful. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, go and get on with dinner, and then light some autumnal candles, enjoy the rest of our evening, and I will put on the screen how the PCR tests come out, because by the time I'm editing this to upload it I will know, so that you know what's going on. I'm going to take a week off next week, and I will see you on the 1st or 2nd of October for Vlogtober. If you're going to be watching, let me know, and thank you so much as ever for your lovely comments and your encouragement. I feel very lucky in this little corner of YouTube to have such a positive group of people coming along with me. We're going to enjoy autumn, everybody, and we're going to do it together. I'll see you soon. Bye. Before dinner I decided to go and harvest all of the green tomatoes that we've got. They're not going to ripen now at this time of year, and we've not had enough sun for them to go red. So I've got a nice lot of green tomatoes. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but they look very appetising. I also did some weeding, and of course I had some help. And they were rewarded for their efforts with some fresh water, which they treated as though it was the best thing they've ever had, even though they've got plenty of water already available to them in their run. Next door's cat remains unimpressed. In fact, she decided it was time to head off to another garden.